Do you do it for the money, or do you do it because you love what you do?
I do it because I love what I do,
Yeah.
and the money doesn't hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just being able to do what you love and being able to get blessed with treasures that, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you would want to do it. You go to college to get a job to be able to make money. I play football now to be able to provide for my family, so now I'm able to be like, I love it, and I love being able to, what it provides for my family.
Joe, thank you so much for having me in your house.
No, for sure, bro.
Morning routine. So, okay, why do you keep going? I mean, you've lasted in the NFL more than anybody, more than a lot of people, a majority, right? And you're rich, which is incredible.
Yes.
But why do you keep going? I mean, do you need more money? I mean, what drives you to keep making more and more money? Is it the hunger inside? Is it just kind of a game for you, or what?
I think, man, it's a blessing overall. You know, I look at it in a big picture now, you know, and when I first got in the league, it's all different stages. People all in different stages of their life. And I think just now with the stages I'm in, I kind of understand where I'm at. I kind of understand that it's a blessing to be in the NFL, period. And to be able to be in it this long now. I've been able to go through the stages of being a rookie and wanting to go out every single night, having a blast with my boys, partying, you know, and then wake up early for practice. And no worrying about what I'm eating for breakfast, no worried about my training, no worried about getting stretched. You know what I'm saying? I was just getting it done because that was just, you know, I was able to live that part of my life.
You're able to do it. You've got the money. You're able to do it.
Got the money, you're able to do it. And that's just what I was doing. So then it was able to come to the point where now I'm 9 years in. I have 2 kids. I have a wife. I've been married for 6 years. And understanding that this game is not going to be here for the rest of my life, but being able to make this type of money, being able to play a game is going to be able to set me up for the rest of my life.
So you're making as much as you can for as long as you can so that you can live the rest of your life.
However I want. So setting it up as far as like definitely now being able to be in now, after 9 years, going to my 10th season and knowing I'm still balling, you know what I'm saying? Still trying to get another deal, but at the end of the day, knowing like my house is paid off. You know, being able to rent the house while I'm playing in Pittsburgh, renting this house out for $30,000 a month. You know what I'm saying?
You're renting this house out while you're in Pittsburgh.
While I'm in Pittsburgh,
Smart.
renting this house out for 4 months out of the year.
Yep.
$30,000 a month.
And then what's your mortgage on this?
I don't have a mortgage.
Do you own it?
I own it. The house is paid for.
Great.
So that's $30,000 to the good. Where like now I'm looking at like after I'm done, when you're not getting those NFL checks, I'm making $30,000 a month. Renting a house, you know what I'm saying? That's $30,000 you can have when you're done making the NFL money. When you're making that money where you can figure out what you want to do, I'll be like, oh, I'll rent this house up for a year, figure out another spot. You know what I'm saying? About
Do you think a lot of guys do that? They'll own a house. Think they'll actually think smart in business and say, you know what, I'm going to rent it out, and make money on that asset. Or do you think they say?
I don't think a lot of people really think about it like that.
Right.
I didn't at first, you know. So just being able to hang out with the people that you hang around with definitely wake you up to a lot of stuff. You get to learn more things. You get to just trial and error. Guys teach me stuff. I see, oh man, okay, bet. That's what you were doing. Just finding out real estate in LA, being able to, you know, figure out what you want to be. So
I was the same. I mean, when I retired, I was traveling so much. I was renting my house out for $4,000 a night. And I could rent out anytime I wanted to travel, I could do it. And I had guys that were saying, why the hell are you doing that? You got the money. But I'm looking at it going, $4,000 a night? Are you kidding me?
I mean, it's for sure. And I always look at it. My dad always tells residual income, being able to make money while you're asleep, not having to do anything for a certain reason, but just knowing that you do things because you want to. You know what I'm saying? But being able to know that portion of money wise is taken care of because it's a blessing to be able to make this much money. People don't do it and it's easy to blow, but being able to know, being able to set yourself up like this isn't going to be like this every year. Like I'm not always going to have these $10 million making it in it for the season. So being able to look at it long term and understand what's going on and see that I want to live like this. I love this lifestyle, you know, setting yourself up to be good.
What is the number when you say, hey, once I make this much money, I did it. I'm rich, or are you already there and you're like, hey, I am rich, but is there a number that you're saying, hey, I'm comfortable for the rest of my life?
I could say this. This is going into my 10th season. I made $100 million playing football. And so when saying the number, it's not really, I'm good if I stop today, but it's like knowing that I'm still healthy. I'm still happy. I'm still healthy with my family and being able to play this game still at a very high level. And when it's done, it's done. But not knowing that the money's not the thing. It's that I really love football. I enjoy it. It's a passion of mine. I've ever been doing it ever since I was a kid. And then being able to get drafted and do it now for a profession, it's like, it's a blessing. I'm not going to take my blessing as a curse and be like, oh no, I've got it now. I've always just wanted to be the best football player I can be the best person ever I can be. So when I'm out there, I'm just not worried about what I've already got. I'm trying to grind and be like, oh, Patrick Peterson's the best corner in the league. I want them to say Joe Haden's the best corner in the league until I'm done playing. You know what I'm saying? So that drive of trying to be the best and like, oh, I have my peers and being able to see them and be happy for other guys, because you always want to see success. Like I'm always happy for other dudes to do good, because the next new contract, I'm like, oh, bet you got 17 a year. Oh, perfect. Maybe I'm not the best, but I'll take 15. You know, I'll take 14. It's always just be happy for people, always bringing good energy, good vibes, and just understanding where you are in the world.
Do you do it for the money, or do you do it because you love what you do?
I do it because I love what I do, and the money doesn't hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just being able to do what you love and being able to get blessed with treasures that, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you would want to do it. You go to college to get a job to be able to make money. I play football now to be able to provide for my family, so now I'm able to be like, I love it, and I love being able to, what it provides for my family.
So advice to, you know, in any career, do you think it's more important to do what you love or to do something that makes a lot of money?
Man, I mean, if you can kill two birds with one stone, and that's really what I feel like I'm doing now. I mean, it definitely, you would, keeping the lights on is always something. I'm not going to ever be like, oh no, you want to do something you love. Be like, dude, I mean, you know, you have to fend, you know what I'm saying? I'm never going to take anything for that. But with me, I love it, and I just happen to be able to make a lot of money with it. So, you know, it's kind of like for my answer is I feel like I'm doing both. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm living my best life, playing ball and being able to make a lot of money.
I love it. Okay, so you wake up, you do your morning routine, you have breakfast, but what's the advice that if you could go back in time and you look at yourself in, you know, 5th grade or high school, 9th grade, what do you wish that you knew then that you know now? I think that's a question that you...
Man, well, not that but back in the day, I would say I'm glad that I found the right one, married now. But when I was just younger, just knowing that girls aren't gonna go nowhere, and the cool kids in high school aren't really the guys that really matter too much. You know, you really just got to be able to just focus on yourself and understand that there's a big, like, it's a real life ahead of you once you get out of like high school and college, being able to be on your own and being able to be successful. So just that whole learning process of trying to figure out who you are, being a kid and everything like that, that's it's all good, but don't take yourself too serious when you're a kid. Like, it's nothing, there's no real problems. There's nothing life or death really going on. You know what I'm saying? So definitely just try to always lock in and like with your schoolwork and start really taking this stuff serious, really trying to figure out your niche or what you want to do, you know what I'm saying, growing up, because once you do get older, like, that's when life really comes at you. So just not really taking that, you know what I'm saying, your high school or just like little kid stuff too serious. Just knowing it's okay to not be the coolest person, but having your plan and trying to really like work and figure it out and getting your studies like that is big.
Now, do you recommend going to college?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You do?
For sure. I mean, no, honestly, to each his own. To each his own. You know, I mean...
Because that's a big controversy now. Do you spend all this money? I mean, you, I'm sure, got a scholarship, but do you think it's worth all the money to go to college and the 4 or 5 years it is to do that? Or would you say jump into what you want to do for the rest of your life? For you, NFL, or for another person, jump into business. I mean, do you think college, those 4 years, are important?
Man, that's really tough. I mean, I think just trying to break into what you want to do and what credentials you need to have it. Like, sometimes college degrees sometimes need that, you know, for different jobs.
I mean, if you're a doctor, of course, you got to do it.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's important to show that you can start and finish something. That was something my mom always told me. If you're going to start something, you got to finish it. And that's what was really important to me. But I don't think I needed a business degree. I didn't, because I was already doing business when I was in school to do what I'm doing. Yeah. You don't need to do college to do what you're doing. It probably made you more mature and better, you know, helped you grow. But
no, honestly, just especially that's why we say for like basketball, football. I mean, but like for you, for just business, I think knowing what you want to do, having a passion, having a drive, like you said, I mean, if the avenue is for a doctor and for things like that, where you have to go do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta go do it. But if you know, like yourself, you know what I'm saying, you can get it popping however.
Yeah. What was the first thing you bought? So I hate to be jumping around, but when you signed your contract, how old were you?
Honestly, I got drafted on 4/22/10, and my birthday was April 14th. I just turned 21. I was 8 days after my 21st birthday.
Wow, how much did you make? What was that day?
That's when I got drafted, but
Yeah.
then I ended up signing right before training camp, and I signed. It was a 5 year it was 5 years, 45 million with 26.7 guaranteed.
What'd you buy first?
I bought a Range Rover for myself, 2010, brand new Range Rover Sport, and I bought my mom and dad a house.
Do you think it's important to, some of these guys, you'll get drafted and they go crazy.
Yeah.
Do you think it's important not to celebrate too early? Have you seen guys that basically get that done, they go and spend a bunch of money, and then there's no contract? Like how important is it to make sure the security is there?
No, definitely make sure the security is there, not until you put the pen to paper. And I think the thing too is that's super hard is, once you first get it, it's tough because, with the family and everybody and making sure that you don't have to pay everybody, break everybody off, just guys that that you grew up with and stuff like that. That's one thing that was super tough for everybody. And I mean, even with family, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's hard to be able to say.
Because you get rich, everybody knows you're rich now. Everybody's calling you. Hey, can I get a little bit of money? Or are they asking you for this?
Oh, but that was definitely back in the day at the very beginning. That would happen. But you got to I had a very, very good support system. They had to go through mom and dad, unfortunately, on my side with helping me out and making sure, people weren't always trying to get to the bag.
Because that's the thing. I mean, guys that, when I first made my first $1 million, it is like, I wish somebody was there to tell me, hey, this is gonna happen. And then when this happens, you need to do this, this, and this, and to protect yourself. And I never really had that. I mean, I had my financial people that came in and kind of told me a few things, but also they have interest, I mean, if you buy a house, that's less money that your financial people
in the portfolio.
Right, so anything else that you say, I've learned later in life that I wish I would have known then. Did you hire a financial advisor?
Man, I did hire a financial advisor at first, and the financial advisor I had was not good.
Okay, so how did you find that financial advisor?
I ended up finding that financial advisor. I went through a couple people, but I went through a couple different guys. He actually was a financial advisor of one of my good friends that was already in the league, been in the league for a while.
Okay.
So he probably had a good 20 guys that were already in the league and 3 guys that I knew personally.
Got it. And then what was he charging you?
I couldn't even tell you at the beginning. I don't even really honestly remember.
Okay, got it. So, because I think I think financial advisors initially are like 1%, but it scales down.
Yes, it's 1%.
Got it. Because the more money you have, it should go down. And that's something you don't know. You can negotiate. These guys, and I think something when you first make money, you probably don't know. You can negotiate even down further. Okay, so you hired a financial advisor from a friend. What company was he with? Do you know?
No.
Okay, got it. But it wasn't good. So that's the thing. People think you got it. You got this guy. You got to stick with him. What caused him? Why do you think he was bad? He was.
Oh no, it was just all bad. Like literally got caught up literally in a Ponzi scheme. It was on some like a bad financial advisor for real.
Got it.
Yeah, so that was just a thing that we want to tell dudes for sure. Like you can get hit up at the beginning. Like I went through vetted people and they were secured through the NFL. You know what I'm saying? But literally you gotta watch out for all those dudes. So we ended up getting out of that, and now we went to Morgan Stanley, where it's a more open, bigger bank. But
got it.
Yeah, some other guys.
How would you even know going through it that you're being put into a Ponzi scheme? I mean,
I had no idea. You would have no idea. And especially when it was guys that were in it before, you know what I'm saying?
You trust your boys, you trust
my dudes. They got there, you know what I'm saying? You thinking everything was going to be solid.
Yeah.
So it's definitely tough. You definitely got to do all your research.
Got it.
Yep.
Great advice. Okay, number 2 then, what else would you recommend? So you say you check your Amex statement every single day to make sure that there's no fraud there because you've had fraud. So that's great advice. What else would you say? I mean, going from 0 to hero overnight is a massive life change. So you said buy your house, put as much money into it as you can. Get a loan if you need to. That way you have that nest egg. What else would you say is the next steps?
Residual incomes, just trying to find out something. I think the one thing me and my dad do, we do really good with real estate.
Okay.
And the things were just, like you said, buying, flipping, or renting them out, stuff like that. That was just things that we do. Like, end of the day, when you get a spot for 50, one thing that people didn't know is in the league, it takes money to make money, obviously. So some people just don't have 150 grand, you know what I'm saying, to, not even like that's not a lot of money, but just to put into like a house.
Right.
So say you have these houses that we had in Baltimore, we were literally like construct, like, what are they called? Section 8 homes, you know what I'm saying, where they're giving you these townhouses for $25,000.
Yep.
You put $25,000 into the spot just to get it, you know what I'm saying, just basic and nice. These townhouses are worth $150,000. So you literally only have $50,000 into the spot. But if you sell it right out, it's $150,000. You said, so you made 100 grand.
So you don't have to have millions of dollars to do this.
You don't have to have millions of dollars. This is things that millionaires would do on a small, you could do it on a smaller scale, or you can get buy the whole block, what I'm saying, and do it, things like that.
So I think the advice there is always have other sources of income, more so than just your, invest in other things and diversify that portfolio. So you put money into real estate. You've got money in your house.
Yes.
You've got money in the market, probably.
Yes.
So and diversify.
Then, I have a shoe store in Cleveland.
Okay.
I own a gym, Haden Sports and Performance, back in Maryland.
Okay. So now, how has that been? Because I'll tell you from my personal experience, investing in businesses, startups is very risky. I invested in a bar and restaurant, which 96% failure rate, I think, is the stats. Didn't do well. The partners ended up being crooks and not good. I've invested in a lot of different things over time. A vapor company. Also, the operators tend to be very risky, right? You think they're great people, just like you thought your advisor was great, but you don't know somebody that well. You don't know how they're going to do when they start making money. Has that been scary for you? Has that been a successful for you?
Like you said, you're gonna have horror stories, and then you're gonna have very good success stories.
Yeah.
So like you said, you can try as hard as you want to try to make sure you're dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's, but just being aware, is definitely going to put you a whole lot. But everything you do, nothing is a guarantee. If everything was, it wouldn't be an investment. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let's go through. So your gym, successful, or was
the gym successful?
Okay,
gym, and that's what from me and my dad. My dad started it even before I was in the league. So then when I got
trust
into
your dad,
put a little more into it, blew it up, and now that's why I'm going to Dubai for the gym that we're starting up. Our gym is going to start up. We're going to start up the flag football league for the Special Olympics.
It's incredible.
Haden Sports and Performance is going to be doing it for
What's
the whole
it called?
Special Olympics. Haden Sports and Performance.
For Special Olympics in Dubai.
Special Olympics in Dubai.
Good for you.
Yeah, bro. So that's the gym's doing pretty good.
Okay.
Then I got my store in Cleveland.
That's a shoe store.
Shoe store.
Sells Nikes, Adidas.
Sells Nikes, Adidas. It's a consignment store.
Okay, got it.
And the thing about that is, store was doing good. Store was doing well, but another thing, I'm with StockX. StockX.
Yep.
You heard of that?
Yep.
I was able to get in and own a percentage of that company with Dan Gilbert. He's the owner of the Cavs.
Got it, yep.
He was able to let me get in on that from the ground level. So that thing is basically taken away from the consignment store. You know what I'm saying?
Because there's a new store opening here in LA.
Yeah,
for StockX.
For sure. So I'm kind of killing myself in the same thing. So like the restart, it was good, it was smooth, it was a fun thing, but this other StockX opportunity is kind of just crushing it. So I might end up getting up out of there, but the gym, StockX is doing pretty good, doing really well. When I first got into the league, bro, it's a process, because I've not always been like this. When I first got in, I wasn't really worried about what my money was doing. You know what I'm saying? I kind of was just putting the stuff away, and then I'm like, all right, it's going to be there when I'm done. Right now I'm worried about football. You know what I'm saying? Then I would just go have a good time. Now it's like, I get it. I got 24 hours in a day. I got family, I got my football stuff, I got to make sure I take care of that. And then what am I doing to set myself up to better my family? Because now it's not just about me being rich. It's like, I want wealth.
Yep.
I want my family to be wealthy. I want my sons. This money isn't going to, it's not for me to spend it all. That would be easy to do, but I want to like set it up so like Joe's millionaires and his kids are millionaires. So money isn't the thing that they're worried about. It's always like opportunities and trying to figure out what they want to do. They don't have to.
Do you have a will?
Work. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have a living will?
Yes.
Got it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So important that's definitely important.
Definitely. I did that, bro. I did my will soon as, I think I did my third year in the league. It was fucking tough, but you know, those are the things you gotta do it, or you be sitting there looking crazy if something were to, you know what I'm saying, happen. Life comes at you fast. Yeah.
Okay, what vitamins do rich people take? What do you take?
That's
Because health is wealth, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
if you're
it
not healthy,
definitely
you can't make money.
It is. I honestly, bro, I don't take too much of nothing. The NFL, like just with the banned substances and stuff, I try to look, but I don't. I
Don't
just
take
try
many
to,
vitamins.
I just don't.
But you do believe in organic food then?
Yes, I do believe in organic food.
Do you eat 5 meals a day, 3 meals a day? How does that work?
Probably 4 meals a day.
How many hours of sleep do you get a night?
I try to go to sleep probably around like 11.
You go to bed at 11 p.m.?
Around 11 p.m. and I'm up at 5:30.
Okay. Okay, so that's important. Sleep is obviously good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch TV in bed?
Yes.
What are your shows right now?
My shows, man, are Handmaid's Tale.
On Hulu?
On Hulu. We got Scandal.
Okay.
How to Get Away with Murder.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those are.
Okay.
No, on Game of Thrones.
Game of
I'm a Game
Thrones.
of Thrones guy for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Bro, thank you so much.
No.
I mean, I always love to see you. I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to see you continue to grow and
Thank you.
do better and better. But
Sure, man.
I think this is going to help a lot of people, and I hope that it inspires them, but also people that are already, making money. I hope it maybe gives them a few little pieces of information maybe they can implement in their life, or change their bed sheets to Restoration Hardware. Just the small things that I think will be helpful. So thank you so much.
My man.
And thank you for
For
everything.
sure.
Love you, brother.
Love you.
Appreciate you.
Show.